Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today we'll be creating this fun gold leaf geode inspired cake. So basically we're going to stuff the inside with a little bit of gold leaf instead of gemstones. This is a Coles branded cake that I've got, just a pre-made one, the one that's like $4.80 at the shops. I've cut off the top, stuck it to my cake board with a little bit of that buttercream frosting, and then stacking on two more like it. I'll have the recipe for the buttercream listed in the eye icon and in the description box below for you guys. Create another layer on top as if you were about to add even more cake, and then push it out to the sides, grab some more buttercream on your spatula and place it all over the outside of your cake. Smooth it out with your frosting scraper. I sell these on my website rosiesdessertspot.com if you like to get this extra tall one. Smooth out the sides till you're happy, and then bring that lip of frosting towards the middle. Once your crumb coat is nice and neat, you can pop it into the fridge for about 20 minutes. By then it should have set pretty nicely and you can add your final layer of frosting. I've stuck with the white colour. You could add gel food colour if you like to make a coloured base. Spread it all the way down to the bottom, and then again with that scraper, smoothing out the sides until you're happy. Swipe that top lip towards the middle. I like to use a nice long spatula for this. I feel like the wider it is and the longer it is, the sharper your edges are on the top for some reason. Back into the fridge to set for at least an hour if you can, or in the freezer for a good 20 minutes. Basically, I want it to be really nice and hard so that I can take my blue buttercream with a spatula and just really make it as thin as possible. So I'm going back and forth on the same patch, and then when I'm happy with the coverage, I'll go over it a few times to create a bit of texture with my spatula, so you can see those lines now on that coloured frosting. Go in with a second colour. I've chosen navy blue gel food colour for this, and I've coloured both shades with it. Blend the two together, so go on the darker patches with that light buttercream for extra effect and texture, and you can do the other way around, going on again with a little bit of that darker navy onto the lighter blue patches. Once you're happy with the coverage, go on to the top of the cake and then cut out a section. Try and make it as jagged as possible. I feel like it looks a little bit more organic when you do it that way rather than a straight run down. Jump on the other side and do the same thing. They don't have to match the zigzag. They can be completely rustic on either side. Make the opening as small or as large as you'd like. I went pretty skinny at the base, but then I opened it up nice and wide at the top. You should have a little something like this, and you want to cover that with buttercream, so just a crumb coat to make sure none of those crumbs make it to the surface when we add our gold leaf. After you add the crumb coat, you could go on with a second layer of frosting again, maybe in yellow or the same color as a foil. So if you're doing silver leaf, you could do gray buttercream on top of this. I got lazy and I just brushed a little bit of water on the crumb coat rather than adding extra buttercream, but I kind of regret it. I think it would have looked a lot nicer had I used a nice yellow buttercream on top of that crumb coat. With that water, it allows your gold leaf to stick, so I'm just gently pressing it into that crevice, massaging it on, and then gently peeling away the paper. For this 7-inch cake, I ended up using all 5 sheets of gold leaf. This was a very expensive project. But if you have loose leaf gold leaf that's edible, the ones that aren't stuck to the paper so aggressively, then it'll take even less because you have a lot more control. Whereas I was kind of struggling here to get the coverage. Once you're done, add a cake topper if you have one, and your geode inspired gold leaf stuffed cake is complete. If you had any patches, you can be creative and add little edible gold jiggies, or you could add flowers in there as well, totally up to you. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this cake tutorial and you give it a go. If you do, hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so we can see your awesome creations too. Always love checking out your work as well. And that's it. We'll catch you again in the next one. Ciao for now.